Hello and welcome to the very first unboxing of 2019. Now we've got a whole year to look forward to of new games, and we're probably going to be unboxing the majority of them on these short little videos. First few are probably going to be games that were released towards the end of last year that we're probably going to have a look at in some way or another over the course of the year. Let's get to it. Our very first game of the year is... Didn't cut that straight. Oh well, it's still got in. The first one is Reavers of Midgard. So, I have played Champions of Midgard before and enjoyed it very much. I think this is a different game because Champions of Midgard was a worker placement game. This one I think is more of a point salad-y kind of game. We'll have a look at that in a bit. What else have we got? And here we are once again with yet another package. Let's have a look in here and see what we have. Well. Oh, it's the rather expensive Song of Ice and Fire. I've gone for the Free Folk starter set here. They've actually been coming down in price a bit more recently, so I thought I'd have a look and see what this is all about. I also bought some Followers of Bone because, as well as having a funny name, they also look kind of cool. Okay, we're back with more bits to unbox, so here we go. Let's have a look at what we've got in here. Ugh, God, tough to get through. Okay, get rid of all our unwanted bits there, and yippee-ki-yay, we're looking at the Die Hard game. I'll get the other bit out in a second. So, God knows how good this is going to be. Movie-based titles, not always the best games, but we've had the Jaws game recently, which is meant to be very, very good. On top of that, that's not it. We also have in here Adrenaline. It's not a new game, it's one that I haven't played, which I really wanted to give a try, and I think it's one that a lot of my game group are probably going to like as well. So we'll have a look inside there as well and see what we've got. Okay, these are the bits that you really look forward to, seeing what's actually inside these boxes. So, let's start with the first one that we unboxed. Let's take a look inside Reavers of Midgard. I'm going to do my usual tradition of trying to read this thing upside down. So, let's see what we have here. Okay. In Reavers of Midgard, you are the master of a longship with a small but loyal crew. Your goal is to earn glory and become the most renowned Reaver in all of Midgard. Recruit Vikings to join your crew, cast bones in order to glimpse your destiny. Slay sea monsters and battle Draugr. I think that's how you say it, I don't know, it's one of those weird kind of Nordic kind of mythological creatures. Subdue territories and bring them into your empire or challenge you as Jarl. I've missed a line there. Subdue territories and bring them into your empire or pillage keeps and villages as a warning to those that would challenge you as Jarl. Will you lead your clan on an adventure that the Skalds will tell of for all eternity? Or will your rivals surpass you and have their stories spun in the halls of Valhalla? Okay, so immediately, the last game was kind of like you were all playing within a village and you were kind of competing to become Jarl of that village. This one, it sounds like you're playing as competing villages. Okay, so straight away we have the rule book, standard fare here. It's not a huge rule book, but I've heard there are a lot of things in this game. There's a lot of symbology. We've got some punch cards here. It's only 3 of them. That's not so bad. So how do they punch out? Rather easily. What do we have? We've got some things with symbology that I do not know what on. That's what I've just punched out here. got something probably like a first player marker maybe, or something like that on there. We got some food, some chicken legs. Food was important in the last game. You used to have to stockpile that up if you wanted to make a journey. Some castles and fort tokens, some nice horns there, and some treasure chests, shields, and nope, that definitely wasn't first player marker because there's more of them over here as well. What have we got on here? More of the same, really. Apart from you've got what probably looks more like farms there, some tokens with ships and weapons on. Right, that's that one, and I think this is more likely a first player marker down here, and then it's just really more of the same on there. Okay, ooh, here we go. This is the big board. So how big are we actually talking here? It's fairly big. It's way too big for us to actually fit on camera here, but hey, I'll try and give it a little bit of a spin. One thing, it's actually double-sided, so I imagine one side is going to be for so many players and one side is going to be for however many others. Either that or they are, I think they very much look the same. So sorry I can't get that in full shot there, but it is rather large. Okay, what have we got next? We have some player boards. So looks like you have your ship, which is going to represent what you actually have on your ship. I imagine on the board you're represented with maybe a little ship token. Yes, here we go. Speak of the devil, you have little wooden ship tokens here, which I imagine is going to be a representation on the board, although you also have a larger grey ship there. I wonder what that could be for. And lastly, I don't know what this is. I imagine it's probably like a round marker or something like that. There it goes. Right, okay, what else do we have in here? We have got some more wooden tokens here. Like I said, the ships were actually made out of wood as well. It looks like these could well actually be a score marker or something along the lines of that. It looks like it is a Euro style game, so there is a score track around the outside of the player board. Every video, I love when they do this. Bags to put all of this lovely stuff in. And you have custom dice. Let's open one of the bags here, because these are different from the ones you had in the last game. They have a number of different symbols on. I can see how there's going to be a lot to remember in these games. It looks like you've got different coloured dice for different actions, probably. I don't know. Red, yellow and blue dice anyway. And then you have these, which look a bit more familiar if you've played Champions of Midgard before. These will probably be combat dice with either single axes or double axes on, or nothing at all. Right, okay. These player aids just here? Looks like these are player aids. Let's have a look in here. See what we have. Yeah, it's a couple of them, so that's one side of them and the other. Okay, we've got more baggies. I'll throw them to one side, you don't want to see them. And then we've got several different sets of cards here. Hopefully I have more luck with these as I normally do. And let's have a look at what we have here. Okay, right. These all look like ship cards, so lots of different ships on here. Draugr Raiders, it looks like it's got enemies that appear on ships as well. So, yep, that's, ooh, you've got Spawn of Jorgamunda. That is pretty cool there. Are the backings all the same for these? They seem to be okay in terms of stock. They're nothing too special, but hey, they are passable. Let's throw them in there and take a look at the next one. Like I say, 4 different sets of cards, and it looks like they are all different because you can see the backings on these ones are a bit different. So these ones, it looks like you've got enemies. So you've got pillagers, lithsmen, I don't know what they are, but flamebringer, axe chief, favoured soul. Not really monstrous looking things, but more standard characters. I wonder whether these are actually your own kind of like people that you have on your ships and stuff like that, so your crew maybe. They didn't really look monstrous at all. Let's move into the smaller cards now. Okay, let's take a looky. Okay, it looks like these have a couple of different back ones, so let's take the first ones here. Viking Raiders, Draugr Ambush, Rough Sea. So it looks like these are kind of like event cards kind of thing. Spoiled Food, Krakens, Starvation, All Quiet. Yeah, so they're going to be events and things of the sort. Whereas these ones, different backings there. What have we got? Keep Walls, lots of them. Towers. We have got Art. We have got Treasure. Armour and Gorm Tapestry. That must be there's different tapestries of different sorts there as well. I really like the components for this game. Really, really nice. Then we're on to the very last set of cards here. Looks like we've actually got more event cards, so it looks like they're split over a couple of different packs here. So, yeah. Right then. Yeah, so these have got different backs again, so let's split these up. Let's start with, oh, it's only a couple of blue ones there, so there's a couple more no effect ones. I'll actually put them on that side. We're looking at purple ones now, so I have no idea what these could all be. Sailor's Reward, Berserker's Glory. It looks like these are kind of just point scoring things, I think. Not really sure what they could be. Looks like the remnants of meals, basically. So that's for that. And then last thing. So it looks like you are still kind of like developing towns and things like that, because look at these, you've got village walls. So it looks like you can set up farms and ship upgrades. Yep, so this is all Skidbladnir. I don't know what that would be, but yeah, I mean, very nice. Like, the artwork on these, as you'd expect, is rather good. So it'll be an interesting one to see how it plays. Like I said, I was a big fan of Champions of Midgard, so we'll just see how this one fares, as it looks like it's a very different game. Right, what's next? Okay, so let's have a look inside what you get in the Free Folk starter set. I know Daryl was talking about possibly getting the Night's Watch, and I know there's a couple more factions coming out. The Baratheon army, I think, was released fairly recently, and then the Targaryens are out soon. I don't know what he's planning. I know originally he was talking about doing the Night's Watch for these, but I quite liked the Free Folk. I gave them a little go at the UK Game Expo last year. But hey, let's have a look on the back and see what we have here. Looks like you get a bunch of miniatures, your dice, your trays. It looks like you get everything you actually need to start off, except for a second army. So yeah, let's have a look in here and see what it all looks like. I'm giving up on reading the backs of these things because it's just way too hard to do. Okay, so what is... Okay, yeah, I remember. This is... You kind of have leader units, if I remember right, and they're kind of like the actions you can take with your leader per turn. Your rule book, so hey, it's nice to see a miniatures game that's not quite so lengthy. I'm always get kind of put off by these games which just have hundreds and hundreds of rules. So yeah, cool. You've got a bit of scenery that you can throw on your table. It's not quite the same as proper like homemade stuff, but hey, it is what it is. It's still better than nothing. You've got yourself a measuring ruler, which I'll probably not be using, and get a tape measure or something. And you've got some tokens there. more scenery and more tokens, and I don't know what this is here. I can't remember those too much. Some more scenery and more tokens. Now you have unit actions and walls. Looks like this is all falling out of place from in there. I'm never going to be able to get this open on this unboxing video. This is... oh god, that's really... you're going to damage cards if you try and open these by knifing them open. But, oh, I might be in. I am. Yes. Okay, so what have we got here? It looks like some rules for castle walls. We never played with anything like that when we learnt this game at the expo, and then you've got some unit information in there as well for your trappers, your giants, and then it looks like you've got a breakdown of some of the rules there. That's pretty nice. Over here you have some smaller objective cards. They don't look too interesting again. Oh, open, in. Perfect. I'm completely wrong about these, so not very interesting. Looks like it's just some probably objectives that you keep secret maybe as you play through the game. Like I say, I can't really remember so much about this game. I remember me and Ian seemed to enjoy this game more after we had a go on it. Like, we weren't expecting much out of it and actually enjoyed it a whole lot more than we were expecting. But Daryl was so up for this game, and I think was left a little bit more disappointed. Okay, I don't quite know what that's for. Siege attackers. Okay. Looks like just a lot of text. This seems to be a better way of doing things these days, is having cards that explain all the little niggly actions. So siege defenders, rather than having them in a book that you have to keep going to constantly to look up on. Some secret missions. It looks like these are all quite boring and just literally just text-based, but hey, I imagine they probably just serve a more functional purpose than being there to look pretty. Then some standard cards which have a few extra bits on there as well. We'll find out what all those do, I'm sure, at a later date. Then you've got your character cards here for your more important people within your army. Okay, before we get on to the bit which everyone's going to want to see, you have some dice. This is the bit I want to see, because I love when you get dice with extra little bits on them there, with your little free folk symbol on that bottom one there. Right then, this is what people are going to probably want to see most, so let's move all that out of the way and just present this. Movement trays, that's what everyone wants to see. So, you've obviously got those for your savage giants, these for your units. Let's have a look at what we have here. Oh, very nice. Let's start big there, your savage giants. That's really cool. These are from Come On Games, so the miniatures, they go heavy on miniatures anyway. Your hero characters here, that's really cool. Like I say, I think it's just the look of the free folk and stuff like that is what really appeals to me. And I'm not someone that ever plays to try and max min or really focus on having the best possible army. I just like things that look cool and do cool things every now and again. I think the free folk are generally weak, but it's considered that their numbers are what is important. So they have abilities where they just regenerate on the map and stuff. God, it's all so cool, because the miniatures in this game are very pretty. So I think this is more of a leader character. A lot of these are repeated, so I'm just showing you one of each one here, because there we go. And finally that one. It's going to be an interesting game to get on the table, But that is everything. I think these Savage Giants, these are the ones that I'm really looking forward to getting on the table. Let's have a look at what the followers of Bone have to offer. So, to finish up on this Game of Thrones Spectacular, we are going to look at the followers of Bone. So, again, this one's going to be a whole lot shorter than the other one, seeing as there is nowhere near as much in this one. So, it says on the back, it requires the Free Folk starter set in order to use this set. Hey, we've got that. We've just shown you everything that's in there. So, wow, straight to it on this one. You're just straight into the movement trays that everyone wants to see. Apart from that, let's take a look at what we've got in the little baggie here. I think it's all quite straightforward, especially if you already have this game. Your Followers of Bone card there for the units. Very, very cool. I love these guys. And one Champion of Bone. Leave your jokes in the comments. Right, here we go. Oh, this one's takedown. So, yeah. It's one side down. Oh, no, out of 4. Oh, how can you do this to us? All we want is the figurey goodness inside. There we go, that'll do for now. I can sort the rest out later. Let's have a closer look at these guys. Again, they are very much repeated. So it looks like we've got 4 different guys to show you here. First off there. And another guy there. Very, very cool. I like the colour of these miniatures as well, that kind of putrid green colour. Haven't really figured out how, if I'm ever going to get a chance to paint these. Finally, your Champion of Bone. Right, there we go. Okay, so up next we've got the Die Hard game, the Nakatomi Heist board game. So this is based around the first Die Hard film. We are going to have a look inside and see what we have here. Quick look at the back there. Shows, oh wow, it looks like you've actually got some miniatures in this game, which I was not expecting. Experience the classic action film Die Hard in this one versus many strategy game. Play as John McClane or Hans Gruber's team of thieves and battle your way to the top of the Nakatomi Plaza. Complete objectives and plan your attacks in order to prevent or pull off the heist of a lifetime. Yippee-ki-yay! Okay, so let's see what you actually get inside the box here. Okay, rule booklet. How bad is this gonna be? Okay, it looks like it's all one language. So 17 or 18 pages worth of instructions here. That's probably a bit more complex than I was expecting it to be. Usually these games are kind of lowest common denominator. Player board. Okay, this is a bit of a thin piece there, obviously to hold some cards of some sort along here. There you go, it actually says draw pile, discard pile and played cards. So yeah, that'll be for whoever decides to play as the John McClane character. Ooh, okay, got that little band to break there. Looks like here we have the main player board. Ooh, a bit much to fit on the camera there. Double-sided, so it looks like you play through acts. So you've got Act 1, Act 3. Don't know where Act 2 is. Okay, so looks like we have the miniatures up here, and when I say miniature, I mean very, very miniature. These are very, very small. I'm guessing that's Hans Gruber. And it looks like you have your little Bruce Willis here. Okay. And then you've got all of your henchmen. Okay. Then it looks like no punch boards in here. Looks like all the tokens are pre-punched for you. So you've got a few cubes there, blue and red. And like I say, you've got your tokens here that are pre-punched. So, yeah, that's no risk of ripping your tokens or anything like that here. Maybe because they're expecting this game to appeal to more than just regular board gamers and fans of the film franchise as well. Perhaps they've tried to make it as easy as possible for them. You also have these thick, chunky cards here, which are cardboard. So not your stereotypical cards. Ho ho ho! I have a machine gun. There you go. So yeah, it looks like these are ones for John McClane, and you have some for the thieves as well there. Okay, what else do we have in here? One standard D6 and cards. Let's have a look in here, see if I can get into these easily without tearing anything. Right. Okay, here we go. This looks like it's the John McClane deck. Oh, a bit of plastic in there, don't want that. Right, so there we are. You have your John McClane deck, and it looks like these are all actions that you can play. I was kind of suspecting this was going to be more of a hidden movement type game. We actually discussed this on one of the podcasts before. Can't remember which one it was, but yeah, if you remember that at all, we were discussing the possibility of this being like I said, a hidden movement game. We did correctly predict it was going to be a 1 versus all game though. And then you have your Thieves deck just here. And all your lovely, lovely cards for that one. Then you've got something here which I'm not too sure what part these are going to play. If I can get them open here. This one is a little trickier than the others. Looks like I've bent a card slightly there. Always one of the big problems with those kind of seals and things like that. I always feel like you're going to break some cards when you open them, when you haven't got that little bit around the side. And it looks like these are just a series of numbers. Workstation, CEO workstations. I don't know if it's things that you have to break into and log in with, or I don't know. But basically, that is everything in this game. So that is Die Hard, the Nakatomi Heist board game. Okay, the last game that we're going to look at before we close this unboxing video is Adrenaline. So, here we are here, as I do my usual trying to read things upside down. I did alright in the last one, that's probably the best one I did, but let's see how this one goes. Play a first-person shooter on your gaming table. Grab some ammo, grab a gun, and start shooting. Build up an arsenal for a killer turn. Combat resolution is quick and diceless, and if you get shot, you get faster. Okay, so this one's made by Czech Games, who I kind of like, they put out quality games. And I've heard nothing but good stuff about this. It looks like that is upside down there. Right, let's have a look in here first, because I know these are the bits you're going to want to see, is the miniatures. So here we go, a little yellow robot dude. He's kind of just a big circle on legs and with a couple of arms. That's always cool. Then you have a more, I don't know, I was going to say human looking dude. It turns out to be a gal with a bazooka on her back. Appears to be wearing goggles and stuff as well. Let's see if we can focus that in there. Again, very, very cool. Now this is some sort of alien looking woman, I think. I would say so. Got a very cool looking sci-fi-ish kind of gun there as well. What else do we have? Okay, a kind of bulky, kind of like that unrealistic body shape that you have in video games like Gears of War and stuff like that. It looks like that's what we have here. Again, with a big scary looking gun there. And finally, we have some kind of lizard dude here. So he also looks pretty damn cool. Right, so what else do we have in here? Well, seems like we're always getting coloured squares in these games these days. It looks like there's something else in here as well, something that's a little more unusual. I'm guessing they're maybe kill counts or something like that. Little red translucent skulls there, which actually are a really cool looking piece. Right, what else do we have? We have these kind of water droplet style tokens here. I'm guessing they are going to be to measure your life, maybe? Again, very nice pieces here. I'm very impressed with the quality of the components in this game. And you have some cards that look like they're going to be unique to different characters, judging by the colours at the top. Actually, they just look like weapons. It looks like you're more getting cubes to place on them depending on what weapon you're using, because I've noticed there are different coloured cubes in this game. Okay, we also have some smaller cards here. Tag back grenade. So yeah, these are more items that they'll be carrying around. Grenade, Newton, teleporter. Yeah, so these are kind of like accessories, bits that aren't guns that you can still use over the course of the game. Okay, let's see what else we have in here underneath all of the plastic. We have got a Czech Games catalogue. We have got some rules, which honestly, this is very big, very spacious. It looks as if this isn't going to be all that hard to learn. Apart from this page, it looks like they're extra game modes though, so that's all your extra bits that you can read on into if you prefer to play beyond the actual game itself. You also have a weapons manual, so it looks like this is just giving you an overview of what all the different weapons actually do. Baggies, 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 baggies. That is, if you've seen these videos before, you know I appreciate a good baggie. That's going to be taken out of context. And then you've got your punch boards, which seem to punch through just fine. You got what looks like score counters, maybe. Mind you, I think points in this game is all through kills. Then it looks like you've got some player boards here with what looks like ammo tokens, I would say, underneath there. Yeah, if the weapons were anything to go by, where we saw the cubes earlier, it looks like that is definitely ammunition. Looks like you pick up ammunition over the course of the game and you don't know what ammo you're picking up by the looks of it. It looks like on the one side it's kind of like a plain look compared to the other side where it actually details which ammo you've just picked up. There is another board down there. I don't know whether that's like a tracker for... I don't know actually. Really don't know. Gonna have to play the game and find out. Then you've got another marker there. Again, they could be extra points that you gain before the end of the game. I'm not entirely sure. Again, another player board and more of the same tokens. And more of the same tokens again. Wow, these are just falling out. At least it means none of them are going to tear if they're falling out that easy. And it looks like you've got a board here, but it looks like it's in halves. It looks like this is so you can customize it a little maybe, because here is the other half of the board just here, and again that one is also double-sided. So that is Adrenaline. Looks really, really interesting. So you never know, this might actually make for a good Let's Play. We haven't really done many of our Let's Play videos since we did our first one. We do plan on getting back to that real soon. So anyway, that will do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff that really helps out the channel and helps us get seen more. If you'd like to follow us on social medias, you can on Twitter at EverybodyDice and on Instagram at EverybodyDiceShow. If you'd like to contribute more, though honestly sharing our videos is more than enough, but you can do more by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/EverybodyDice, where you can basically take part in things like our monthly video poll review. Monthly video review poll, that's more like it. As well as a newsletter that we do as well. You can subscribe to that for as little as $1 a month. Anyway, Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye!